Good morning, guys. Welcome to FYI.
Welcome.
I am Charetta Finance alongside Sherry Duncan this morning. It is Tuesday, March 22nd, 2022, and we are so happy to be with you this morning.
Yep.
It has been a great morning for us thus far. Little hiccups here and there, technical
A
hiccups,
good cup of tea.
but we're good.
No
we're,
hiccups there.
We're ready to go. Sherry's having some Milo
Milo tea, folks. Milo tea.
That's a debate all by itself, as you know. But
Perfect cup.
It's always a pleasure to be here. I'm just having some green tea. That's it.
Bush.
I'm good. I'm
Bush.
good to go.
Tastes tight.
So
Bush in
I
the cup.
see GT Rule Girl says much better. Hey, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Is it Kylo Tech? That is the name. I think the name was given to us yesterday. I can't remember. My apologies.
Put that as your screen name.
So good morning to you. Donna McDonald. Hey Donna. I see Morris Alvina is online this morning.
A lot of great people.
Colleen Sarah Andrews is with us this morning. I see is it
beautiful
Renrick
people.
Ram? Yes, Renrick Ram is saying good morning
to see
to
you,
the
Renrick.
FYI family. And the FYI family is always happy to be with you every single morning. We thank you for coming on. And you know the protocol. When you come on, make sure that the first thing you do is share the live stream. Make sure that everyone else...
Don't even say good morning. Don't even brush your teeth. Don't even brush your teeth.
Don't do anything else. Just share the live stream. And if you have never partnered with us before, make sure that you come on board to partner with us this morning, and so that we can continue what we're doing and make sure that it has longevity in this process altogether.
I'm certain that folks can find a way to partner with us.
Yes.
I'm certain to help us to keep doing these programs that we do, whether it's FYI, it's Below the Belt, it's In the Ring, it's building content for our website, it's building out all of these programs to make them better for you guys, because we know how much you relish the information, how much you relish the infotainment. We have such a passion giving you guys the information, but it costs us something to do it, and so we're gonna be very excited that you guys are gonna come on board and partner with us, folks.
Yeah, and for new folks that have been coming on board to partner, we say thank you very much to those persons. Much appreciated, and it goes every cent goes a long way. Especially right now with the cost of living in this country.
People always got the impression that we only call the names of the folks who partner with us. We call all names. Once you make a comment and we see the names come up on the monitor,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that persons had that impression.
Yes, that we only call names of persons who partner with us, but we call the names of people who we see on the screen in front of us, because you make a comment and then it pops up here. So we see Clifton Smith and we see Robert Pops.
Let's sell prick.
Yep. Brian Nelson and Ingrid Crawford, Paulette Greaves as well. We see all of you guys, and we hope you guys are having a fantastic morning. Paulette says she's joining us from Maryland, but I'm gonna take a sip of my Milo tea for that.
So Sharon always, there's a debate whether or not Milo tea is D. Sharon had Milo tea. He doesn't care. Warren is online this morning. Warren said good morning.
No doubt. Warren is here joining us from Long Island, perhaps.
I think it is Long Island, but we never know with Warren.
We just never know. Hazel Prince George, good to see you. Jean Noble, good to see you. Devine Smith and Shivani Ford, good to see you. Shivani is spot boy, good to see you. Congratulations.
Oh, Shivani got married.
Yeah, she got.
But I hear the business coming out this morning.
Noble.
So congratulations to you.
Roger Norris is here as well.
Hey Roger, good morning. Good family. The FYI family is up and about.
And growing. Imagine feeding this family on a daily basis.
I'm telling
you. The hundreds. It's a big family. Y'all don't look forward for Christmas though.
So FYI, one of the things I admire most is like when I go back through the comment section, I see all the little advice that you get on how to do this, how to tweak this. Very, very useful information at times, and we appreciate the feedback at all times.
George Bradford is joining us from Aberdeen in Maryland. So
you see what's going on there? We see Warren in the comments saying, good morning to my brother,
Dexter Bradford.
Yes.
Just in case you see Dexter, Warren is saying good morning. Let me help you out.
That's the catch up in the comment section.
Let me help you out. Right? Maureen Coppin Williams, good to see you.
Maureen, yes, you're part of the
Good to see you. Ann Kearns and Claire Alexis, Chambly Richmond. That's 5 names of call right there.
So Africa Charles says it's better calling our names make our day damn good. So thank you, MPs.
Thank you, Africa Charles.
Not all not to
Thank
make
you
the
as well.
day. Keith Dowlin is here with us this morning. Also, good morning to you, Keith.
Yep.
George says respect and manners. You know,
Respect and manners,
that's
George.
Cher's language all day.
Respect and manners. We feel you. Right?
Okay, so
Mika Primo. Mika, good to see you, Mika. All the other folks.
is it Primo or Prime? I don't know.
Primo. I say Primo.
I don't
Primo.
know. What is it?
Right. And Cassie Ruth. And Cassie Ruth, good to see you there. Very troublesome little bee.
Oh, you know that?
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
that.
No, all them bad name children. I know all of them.
So Joy Phillips is saying joining from Riverton. So good morning to you. Make sure that the folks joining from Riverton gets a good share of the live feed. So
yes.
You have a responsibility on your own there to share so that the folks there in Riverton would actually be able to see what is going on. Share.
Smart.
So, oh my gosh. So, it's Thomas. Give me that first name.
Where are we?
Yolandi
so many
Thomas.
Yolandi.
Joretta, you getting like shared, not calling my name.
Yolandia.
My apologies.
Yolandia. Go forth and be great today, Yolandia. Go forth and be great.
Blessings.
And sing, good to see you. Valme Wilson, good to see you. Erwin Don Cook, good to see you. Erwin Don Cook.
That's so
Erwin Don Cook. Erwin Don Cook.
Don is saying, I get so jealous when I don't hear my name.
We can spend the next hour just calling names. Mary Lou, good to see you. Bibi Ali.
I see the Cassie Ruth is saying, Joretta Johnson, you know, I'm a good girl.
Who don't know?
Sharon is not actually.
Who don't know?
Sharon is not going to run with that.
Who don't know?
Sharon knows something else about Ruth that we don't
I got
know.
the book. I've read it. Yeah.
The book.
I got the book. The book of Ruth.
Oh my God! Yeah, I know the Ruth I know is a good Ruth. Okay, so I probably don't know some things. Ruth, we got catch
you
up.
You read the whole book. Finally, you stick in the first chapter.
Oh my God!
I've read every line, every sentence. Keith Dowling, good to see you. Marilyn King. Yep. Laverne, Harry Churan, Kelman Passat. Long names, these guys.
Siobhan McDonald. Learn to spell that in school.
19 years of age. You now learn it. Now finish up. Joylyn Cook. Again, Rose Jiff. And Sandra. Is it Sandra? The name gone by Sandra Batiste or Baptiste. Good to see you. Mark Allman. Batiste Baptiste. Ingrid Lancaster McCalmont and Colleen Skid Price. Did I call her right?
Marlon, I will not let Sharon spoil me. I can assure you, it doesn't rub off.
Where is Marlon?
She went by.
Right. Adona McCollin, good to see you.
Ruth say Health Tech 1. That's for you, Sharon.
Brenda Chaharali, good to see you, Brenda. I find you drinking a lot of tea this morning. I don't know why. Drinking your tea, manage your business. Mary Luke.
I don't usually, right?
Seymour George, Sherlanda Beresford, and George Seymour. All you fantastic, lovely folks. The guys are saying to share. Share the live stream and smash that emoji button. Guys, yep.
You know, I just read one of the comments that said, asking what's going on at the Demerara Bridge, that the traffic build up there is actually so terrible. And yes, anybody that actually travels on the East Bank would know that it is crazy. It is most ridiculous.
Do we have the bridge report? Do we have it this morning?
Yes.
Not as yet?
As we're talking about
while you wait in traffic, might as well we go through some news.
Yes, most definitely. But when it comes to the bridge, I wanted to say that you have been following on the road works and how those things have been going along a whole lot. And one of the things that you have been mentioning is that whenever there's a deadline, it keeps pushing further and further. So if that's any indication to when that other road will be able to be accessed and used by persons, we won't be able to say.
But you know, I have this sneaky suspicion we'll end up back at the same problem of just bottleneck. More cars on the road, you know, because we seem very excited to know that we are running through these car series very quickly.
Well, that's what happens. You know, person talk about the car season running, but then when one of the first things that the administration did when they came into office was to go back to the system that they had before. So persons are importing vehicles that are very old vehicles that are coming in, and that's why you see a lot of mishaps sometimes on the roadway with those cars. So
don't
get too excited when you see
gotta watch that. But we feel your pain. Those of you stuck in traffic, we feel your pain. But I think we got a couple of things on the front pages of the newspapers, in the morning papers that might interest you, that might tickle your fancy.
Tickle your fancy.
Tickle your fancy.
The only shirt. This is how you know his age. Don't worry.
It's true, it's true.
That is
Couple things. But good to see Anna Phillips is joining us. I wonder where Anna's joining us from. And Faye Evelyn Wilson is here as well, Teresa. Teresa takes another sip of her tea. She smiles. Lennox Anderson. Marvin, is it Ock? What kind of fancy name is that?
It's not so.
That's not
English.
It's not English. Glenn Sismingo Byrne and all the other fantastic, lovely folks. Marina Williams, good morning to you guys as well. Those of you who are now waking up now, getting up now, stirring.
Yep.
Now stirring. Good morning to each and every one of you.
Today of all of this, I'm going to tell you guys from the beginning that you're going to want to share the live stream today because we have some very interesting footage that we're going to bring to you later on in the program. So just make sure that you are here to get that bit of information.
Make sure they're both.
Make sure of that. Marlene King and Latoya Patterson and all of those persons out there. Make sure that you are here to get that information.
All of y'all.
Share it, right?
All of y'all.
But when it comes to the morning papers, let me just say, a lot of the times we try to bring in all the news, but it's impossible to bring in all the news. So I know we've been getting some little comments back and forth that we don't mention a lot of the stuff on the front page. We can't. We can't. It's impossible. But back to the morning, as we go into the morning papers, as we go through the headlines that are here with us this morning, we see former Region 5 REO wanted by the PSC, the committee.
Wanted.
6 answers for financial irregularities. And again, I can comment on this directly because as a member of the Public Accounts Committee, yesterday, it was from one thing to the next, because one thing that was evident is that the current REO for the region was grossly ill prepared to come to the PSC to answer questions. And a lot of times persons believe that they can go and say that.
Sounds like me to me.
Yeah. Well, that was another example, because she was grossly ill prepared to answer those questions as well. And a lot of times persons believe they can come and say, oh, they weren't here before, so they're not answering the questions. But I brought the point up yesterday that is not an excuse, because whilst we're examining the reports right now of 2017 and 2018, within those paragraphs, you will see prior year issues that goes to 2010, 2012, and we can't say that, oh, you can't answer it because you weren't there. That's not an excuse that is acceptable. But guys, if you've been following the PSC, you would realize that there's a lot of things that come. Like at one point in time, when the coalition went into office, the PS that was met at the Ministry of Public Infrastructure and the Ministry of Public Works now, that PS that was met there, when he was asked to come before the PSC to answer questions for 2016, because he was, I think he was removed in 2017, he came and literally joined online and sent a letter in advance saying that he's old and his memory is fading. So every question I was asked to him, then he was like, I can't recall. I don't have the knowledge, right? So that was the precedence that they set, and they had, I'd say that the government had absolutely no problem with his answers. And when we were trying to drill him for answers, they actually said we were harassing him to get answers. But now the shoe is on the other foot. They want to be they suddenly want to hear from everyone else,
But interesting, I think, as a public officer, and not even a public officer, if you're going to be managing even a private business and you're taking over, I think the onus is on you to go back at least 2-3 years to see how that business has been performing, what has been the issues, what has been the problem. You have to know your job and know it thoroughly.
Yes, but most definitely, because one of the matters yesterday, the very first question was a matter concerning GWI. And you can't tell me that you need someone there to answer that. GW is right there. That company is still up and running and functioning. You're still doing daily transactions with them, well, monthly transactions at the least. So what you should do is go and get the information. Don't come and say that, oh, you weren't there. That's not an excuse. It's unacceptable.
I think as a professional, you have to be prepared to defend your job description, to defend what you are doing, and at least to be able to have a conceptual framework of the last 2 or 3 years of the entity that you're managing and the portfolio that you're managing, and how what has been happening there for at least 2 years prior.
Well, not at least 2 years prior. And I always make the point that at the level of the PAC, that when we're examining reports and so forth, one of the things that we need to do is put forward a recommendation that would fix the issue. At least we come there 20 years from now, we're hearing persons at the PAC discussing the same issues all over again because systems were not put in place. Because all the issues that are being discussed right now and being brought up in these reports, I can go as far back, 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, right through, and the same issues are
Kick
repeating
the can down
itself.
the road. That's what we
Exactly.
do. That's what we do.
So this tit for tat, you and you and you. I always make the point that here it was before. So what is the recommendation going forward? How do we fix it going forward? So that is on that front, Sherry. What are you looking at in the morning papers this morning?
Well, I mean, if we to stay locally, I see one of the headlines jumping out. For instance, from Starbuck News says that government saved Marriott from takeover by Republic Bank Limited after loan default, and this is former Finance Minister Mr. Jordan speaking with Starbuck News on this issue because one of the reports says
yes.
that remind the public what the headline said.
No, I can't remember the headline directly, but it was insinuating that under the coalition administration that there was a lot of financial issues with the Marriott. So Mr. Jordan quickly stepped in because that this comes under his portfolio and corrected all of that misinformation that I think it's designed basically to steer persons down a particular pathway. So now we have the headline today saying the government saved Marriott from the takeover by the Republic Bank Limited after the loan in default. And this is what Mr. George is saying, that they had to step in and do that.
Yep. So those are a couple of the things that the morning papers are be following. If we are to go more regionally, in Trinidad, quite an interesting story where there was a jailbreak recently. 5 persons escaped. And the United National Congress senator blamed the failure on one Mr. Hines. And the report says here, just coming through the papers there, that United National Congress Senator Ayanti Lach Madial has called on Prime Minister Kit Rowley to remove Fitzgerald Hines as Minister of National Security over this jailbreak, which we said 5 persons would have escaped from the Golden Grove prison there in Trinidad. And that's one of the things we're following in the region. Another newspaper in the region, we are now looking at the Barbados Today papers, and that previous paper was the Trinidad Express. The Barbados papers has as one of the headlines, Barbados switching to polymer banknotes later this year. And we know this all too well. Like I tell you, proceed cautiously.
Because the polymer banknotes are it's a synthetic note.
A little heat catch, a little polymer. That Caribbean sun there. When that sunlight bounce off the blue water and hit the polymer note.
Put it in your back pocket and be in the sun.
Take your time with the polymer note.
But
proceed cautiously. We know we tell you. We know we tell you all about proceed cautiously.
We have noted in circulations a lot of persons talking about this note because persons were used to the ordinary banknote to paper note, and sometimes when they get wet, a lot of people would press it out. So someone tried, I think, trying to straighten the money out after it's being crumbled.
How did it went for you?
That was the end of it. So be careful, guys, with that particular synthetic note that you're looking at.
That polymer.
Shad is not advised.
No. I went to one of the banking institutions recently, and the girl asked me, "Want to try some?" I said, "Don't come wrong, we funny."
But it will have its benefit also.
Don't come wrong, we funny.
It's going to have some benefits. So let's be pragmatic about it. It's going to have some benefits.
I don't know. Sometimes I forget my little money in my pants and I press it.
But the water, it can't be destroyed by the water.
Right, but I don't swim with money in my pocket. So
if you have, guys, come on, if you have your money, like a lot of times some people would be washing clothes and some notes end up in their pocket, and so at the end of that wash cycle it's done if it's paper. But with that, it gives a little more chance. But like I said, it has a little benefit, but
no, well, I don't deal in illegal activities. I don't wash money, sir. I don't know what you're talking about. Washing money. No, folks, I'm on the up and up here, right? I ain't got the kind of money to do washing anyway.
I'm not getting that idea, but the person is saying those notes are slippery.
Yeah. Let's slip out your pocket in the wash. That polymer business.
We do know we have a $100 coin. Do you use that? You
No,
don't
no,
use
no, no,
that?
no, no, no. I want to see my thing big in front of me. I want to see my notes big and strong in front of me. Nobody follow business.
Oh my goodness.
No, no, no.
I think for our note in particular, didn't there was no justifiable reason to actually bring the note forward. Basically, somebody just wanted a name on a note.
Yeah, somebody. Who could that be?
Somebody wanted a name on a note.
Who could that be? Right. So that's one of the things we're following in Barbados, for instance. And there is the by the end of the year, according to the report we have here, Barbados will be using a new banknote made of polymer. This was announced by the Central Bank of Barbados recently. Announcing the new note, Governor Caviston Haynes says that the bank remains committed to reducing the use of cash by ensuring Barbadians have a range of payment options available to them. At the same time, however, we recognize that cash remains popular. There are still many Barbadians for whom cash is their principal means of trust, and others will continue to use it in combination with other options. And I think on this front, folks,
it's not just popular, I think that's a cover-up name.
George Allen and Marcel Joliver and Ken Kearns. I think the same way we would do for house registration or continuous registration or for COVID vaccine, we got to encourage people to go cashless. Right?
You can't just encourage.
You got to encourage. Well, I don't mean you got to put some weight behind moving people to that area, not just hope people can go and say, could I have a bank account? Could I have a bank card? That kind of stuff. We gotta push them in that direction, because that to me has
you can count on your one hand and the amount of business places that you can go into this country and actually swipe your credit card.
And swipe any card.
But that's my point. So it's like there's wanting to encourage persons to do it, but if you don't have the facilities and the mechanisms in place that actually facilitate that type of transaction, you're not doing anything by telling people that we're going to go there. They have to put that system in place.
We have the mechanism to receive cash at our end. Yes. We got Cash App, we got PayPal, we got Zelle, we got MMG, we got Western Union, MoneyGram. We ain't got no trouble, right? We can come to you if you can't come to us. We ain't got no trouble, folks.
I love our viewers. I said somebody wanted to know their name on the bank note, so Donna McDonald said it's Mrs. Sula and Lord.
The tenant Sue, his landlord, name on the banknote. That being said, but it's interesting, and I think you get more done. There's less fear of people robbing you. You got your bank card or so on, and you can transact business almost effortlessly. To be able to go online and check your bank account to see the $5,000 you got on the balance here. Nobody got with it. It's very empowering. It's very empowering, and I would advise more people. I like to.
It's empowering to see $5,000.
I'm not. To go out and earn some more ad. To be able to move money, for instance, using MMG, right? And you see, GTT, I'll be making a plug for y'all, and y'all won't one day come and say, folks, we can advertise with y'all, because look, y'all always calling me service. Right, I think more people are familiar with MMG because they watch our program.
I think so
than any time before. But GT&T don't even have the courtesy.
Yes.
Right? They say, you know what? Let me see how I can partner with these guys here.
The common decency.
The common decency in these tough times. That being said, folks, this is what's happening in Barbados, and we'd encourage more folks. And this is one of the reasons why we have been saying to go there and get registered, because you get an ID card. Everybody deserves to have an ID card, a passport. You don't got to be planning to go somewhere, you never know what comes up, right? You got to make a quick trip someplace, get a passport, get a bank account, right? As simple as that. You got to get some big money. Like me, you got a $5,000. You start your account, and you watch that.
You hold it there.
And you start you build from there. A bank account. Those kinds of basic things.
The economist to me is going to say, go out and invest. $5,000 save is still $5,000.
Yeah. Right? You invest that. But the bank is the whole in place. Right? The whole in place till you make up your mind.
Yeah,
right? Not on your mattress, your bed in your backyard. You just start there. Some basic things.
Yes, most definitely. But guys, we want to push to the international front is what is going on there right now. The first bit of news we want to be bringing to you this morning.
We on the trend?
We are on the trend.
We're on the trend now, folks. We're on the move.
We are on the trend.
We're on the move, people. Yeah. Gabriel Allen and Sandra Robertson, Brotherson. We're on the move. And Gordon Smith. Our guys in the back. Oh, I see some hand movement. Share. Share. Ingrid Lancaster McCalman. We see you there, Ingrid. Shout out to Gordon Smith and Charles Humphrey, Amabel Clement, and all you other beautiful folks.
Cheryl, I'm going to ask Cheryl to actually get into the start of this morning's thread. It says, the headline that we're looking at this morning says, a British royal couple starts Caribbean tour dodged by protests in Belize.
Yep, the Belizeans aren't playing.
They're not having it.
The Belize's, they aren't playing. Right? They aren't playing. Look at technology thing we know. Then people can say, look, you see why we get the bank here? Watch technology is waiting. Are we there yet? Holding. With a holding pattern. Right? So the where they wanted to have one of these meetings, the indigenous people there were saying they weren't consulted, so don't come wrong with funny. Right? They said, don't come wrong with funny. We weren't consulted about this visit, and we ain't too keen on seeing people. They're like we, you know.
Oh my goodness!
Right? They like we see when I home. Though I don't want to see nobody. I don't hear from nobody. Just like a peace and quiet. The people home, right? And they think because there's royals, we can be excited. People say, no, we are right.
Yeah, because a lot of times persons it's not all about the photo op. It's like, what is the purpose altogether?
And that's what people don't want. The whole shit, people coming on the sacred lands and walking through y'all dirty shoe and so on. And bringing y'all SARS and COVID with y'all. And said, no, we all right. We all right. So call me via Zoom.
But on a happier note, we are learning today that Finland is the world's happiest country once again.
But look. You see why I tell you need a passport? You see why I say you need a passport? Finland is the happiest country on earth.
Finland is the world's happiest country.
And all we want to go to the States,
you know. That photo look inviting, Sharon.
All we want to go Canada. I want to on that beach chair, the woman upon and just relaxing by some plaza or something like that. All we want to Canada. Right? We want to go to the Big Apple. Send me Finland.
Well, it says...
Right? Share the live stream if you want to go Finland. I want to go Finland. The world's happiest country.
So actually...
But hold on, let me ask you the question.
Yeah, so let me ask you.
Let me ask you the question.
I'll answer.
Where is Guyana in the happiness index?
Where's a Guyana? Right. Let me tell you this.
Everybody say, what is a Guyana? Where's Guyana in the happiness index?
Folks,
drum roll.
Folks, so this report, World's Happiness Report, it actually ranks 150 countries. Guyana didn't make that ranking.
What? Things are tight.
We didn't make that ranking.
Better luck next time. Better luck next time.
But interesting.
So we aren't happy?
I want to be. What is interesting?
They don't come to we give it a 0.00001. They're cognitive.
But listen to this. The Brazil, our neighbor Brazil, ranked at number 38.
Wow.
And guess which other of our neighbors ranked?
Trinidad? Barbados? Belize?
So, you know, within that 150 countries ranking, Venezuela was at 108.
Wow, Venezuela?
I don't think
they were happy with Maduro?
They were at 108 when it comes to rank. But it's at the Nordic country and its neighbors, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, and Iceland, all score very well on the measures the report uses to explain the findings. It speaks to healthy life expectancy, the GDP per capita, social support in times of trouble, low corruption. You know, we can't rank.
But every time I see Denmark and Norway and so on, I always see people killing each other.
But they're saying low corruption.
You ever watch the Vikings? People always killing each other.
I love the Vikings. I love
you ever see the Vikings? People always killing each other. Hope they're happy doing it.
That was then.
Oh, it was then?
So there's low corruption.
And not currently?
Let me get through these benchmark, guys. You know, share this.
Low corruption, right there.
Low corruption and high social trust. Well, when it talks about that, we understand why we
understand why we're on the index now.
Generosity in a community where people look after each other and freedom to make key life decisions.
We understand our feelings.
Yes.
We accept. We have fallen short.
Short.
We've fallen very, very short. We understand that. And
So,
I can imagine these people looking at.
I need to go visit Finland.
Yeah.
I may not come back, but
Get your ID card, passport. These are things that are important. I just was telling you that. No, Finland is the happiest country on earth.
And Guyana hasn't ranked
Right?
Gordon. So
I want to go to Finland, folks. Put Finland on a bucket list. That's the start, you know. You don't see the money yet. You're just watching the 5,000 on the bank account.
So, Joe and Hallie is saying Guyana is not even on the tourism registry in the hotels in Caribbean countries. Well, that's
wow. We're changing that.
As sad as that.
We're changing that because we just got a brilliant deal out of Barbados. We're changing that.
Yeah, I'm
right?
hoping.
They give us our television time, so we can change that.
Yes.
We can go on the registry just now. You watch that.
So as we continue on the international front and what's trending there, we're taking the report that the invading Russian troops have no more than 3 days of food and ammunition left. That is what Ukraine is claiming.
They're like Guyanese now. they're like Guyanese now. No more than 3 days food. That's what any average Guyanese got, running on about 3 days ration left, and we about.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, right?
That's a
so
lot.
So them guys back. That's welcome to Guyana. Just put a big sign over Ukraine. Welcome to Guyana. Huh?
Oh my goodness.
That's your daily existence. 3 days food. That's plenty, right? 3 days. Some people don't even know the menu for this day. Much more. 3 days out.
The sad reality is that Guyanese, the majority of Guyanese live day to day, and some people would say hand to mouth. Basically, every bit of income that comes in just goes towards paying a bill and putting food on the table.
We all gotta go to Finland,
right?
If it's sad, we all gotta go to Finland.
Oh, what we need to do is look at the policy structures in those countries and adapt things that is going to be that can fit into our system and tailor it a little bit to suit what is going on here, our culture, lifestyle altogether.
You know what, we can go and adapt. We can go and see. Oh, let me see how they thief out oil money and so on. That's what we can do. Let me go and see. We can go and look for the little bit. That's what we're going to adapt.
When we're done with them, they're dropping off of the ranking.
We can go and look for the little bit. That's what we're going to look for. What else happening internationally?
So actually, we want to move off of the international.
We're coming closer to home
and get local.
Get local. I love this song. Like get local.
Yeah, we need to get local. Everyone needs to
share.
Get local.
That's the step. The first step. Share the broadcast. Smash the emoji button. As producer saying.
As we get local again, I'm telling persons be sure to share because we have a bit of footage coming up for you that you would want to see, and everyone needs to see that bit as well.
It's set, guys.
Yeah.
It's not ready yet. You guys giving us enough.
But as we as we go into that, I see the full reopening of schools set for April 25th.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I understand. A lot of people want to get rid of the children.
Well, that's one way of putting it.
A lot of people want to get rid of the children, right? And so it's an easy way now. The daycare opening back, right? But we encourage parents. You got to be active in them children life. Active, and distance doesn't lend to it. Good thing with technology. I always say this. My big son lives overseas now. He's gone off on his own. He's in those years. He's about to get married, just turned 13. He's about to, blossom with his own person. But we get a chance to catch him in a movie every now and again on Disney Plus, because Disney Plus allows you to sync the same movie, different time zones, and you can watch a movie together. So I have the WhatsApp open in one hand with video, and we're watching television and we're talking back and forth, and he is narrating, walking me through Marvel Universe and DC comic universe and all the universe, and I feel like I'm 70 right now because half of this stuff is new to me. But he's 30 and he knows the whole universe, knows how they connect each other and everything, Marvel and DC, everything. The beauty of technology.
Technology is playing a vital role, especially when it comes to education and the way in which children learn. Because
that's where I was coming back
to. Children learn more so. A lot of children learn to visual. And because of that, the whole technological aspect tied into the learning, exactly, it boosts their interest. Their children are not always curious, so their curiosity altogether is being satisfied when they're seeing all of these things. So this Minecraft and all of these things that you see, their creativity is played out into those apps and so forth. So most definitely.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that COVID had presented us, and it was a wasted opportunity for us to really get connected as schools.
Yeah.
Get connected as classrooms. Just get connected, as you said, local. And we kind of miss that opportunity. I would love to see more interconnectivity. At the start of the school term, we got the money, but what are we spending it on? Friends and family. That's what we spend on. Why aren't we using our oil and gas, our mineral wealth? I mean, we got so much. We're so blessed as a country. We got so much. Every school term, I hear they're talking about, you're getting your results from some school until you carry back textbook. Now, right? One little tablet could hold how many textbooks on it that you don't need to carry back, right? Every school term, when you go and you register, especially the new school term, for those persons who are now coming in, you should be given a tablet.
Yeah.
And that's for the next 2-3 years of your school life, with all of the books preloaded on it, right? We talking fiber optic cable for the last 10 years, but like these fiber optic cables never land.
Yeah.
They never connect to anything, right? When we going to get past that? Right.
Well, when it comes to the technology in the school system, I know Smart Classroom Initiative was something that was Cathy Hughes was working a lot with when through the Ministry of Public Telecommunications. That is something that they were working with. So I would have loved to see that project being continued, and especially with the connection was geared at connecting persons in the hinterland, students in the hinterland, because a lot of times they don't have access to the teachers and so that are on the coastline. So what they're going to do is have those monitors and so set up so a child could be in the hinterland whilst sitting there, and yet through technology accessing the education of a classroom experience.
The same thing happens in healthcare.
Yes.
In any decent part of the world, you don't need to have a specialist. You might have a specialist in a particular area, but every hospital has access to that specialist. And my aunt and I were talking about this just yesterday, because you have smart hospital rooms, and we connect like that. When are we going to start planning for instance, the next pandemic? Right? If it were to happen next month, we'd still be caught off guard.
My goodness.
Right? Because we had a huge flood, a national flood, last year. And a flood happened quite recently, and we still seem to be caught off guard. We have a photograph we're going to show later on in the day in the Pomeroon, water waist high, and it's for 2 weeks. And it seems as though we still get caught off guard. Like, we are not developing any expertise in flood management, even though we've had floods for the last 20 years, major floods. But every one of them.
The climate change experts haven't developed any. The climate change experts haven't developed any.
The gurus and the czars, it is what it is. But, I'm happy in a sense that the kids are going back to school. But whether or not we're out of the woods where COVID-19 is concerned is another issue, because we were sharing on last evening's program in the ring how, PAHO is saying one thing, keep the COVID measures up, strengthen, enhance, and so on. We seem to have, opened the deluge and say, just come in.
Actually, we are yet to take a position on it. The government is yet to take a concrete position on COVID and the method going forward.
The position has been taken as money government. Money government, COVID.
Sheridan was onto something there, because what they're doing seems to be haphazard. But I often say that there's method to their madness, so to speak. So they do something and they come back and say something else, but there's a method to all of it, because when they present that level of confusion, then anyone can go and do whatever, especially in the private sector stands to benefit altogether.
Method to the madness, but be giving them a lot of credit. It's just madness. There's no method. You know what they need? Stelazine. Do your homework. That's what you need.
You need to understand the level of
that amount of madness.
No, you need to understand the level of intent that is put into these things. Or if we do it like this and then we go and say this, then we're going to have them halfway. So, then we're going to benefit, and we're going to be able to creep in here and benefit and get something under the table. And some people that's how they operate.
I'm having a Sue moment.
Everything, it's with a deal. Everything comes with a deal. Everything comes with a benefit somewhere. Somehow, someone benefits from each of those policies. That's how it happens. So they always go out there and never believe that they're going out there just out of ignorance. A lot is out of ignorance, but it's never just out of ignorance. It's strategic plays that they're making to make sure that they punish people, put their lives at risk, so that a few people could benefit.
I'm having an Osu moment. Osu? Osu?
Oh my goodness, it's so crazy, but that's what we're dealing
Yep,
with.
yep, yep. What else we have on the
So we
carry
have
story?
the fishermen. The search for the missing fishermen has been suspended.
Suspended, called off,
Yes.
postponed.
So because after conversations were brought about and there was so many persons that took interest into the story, that after you would have spoken with the persons there, the search the minister of public works came out and he said that the search was still ongoing. So right now what we're seeing is that another report is saying today that it has been officially suspended.
And I think we have some. I think we have some comments from the good bishop on the issue. From the good bishop.
At this point, I don't know what else I can do in terms of search. It's a tough decision, but we will have to possibly suspend the search and go into a new phase of being on the alert while we continue to traverse the areas, praying that we find something.
You know what struck me there? I hope for closure for this family or these families involved, for the three fishermen. Right? We spoke to a couple of members of the family in our podcast, and I hope for closure. But the minister has like 10 words there, and it's like 5 minutes spending just to say, we're suspending this search now, and we're very sorry. It's like half hour later.
Yeah, basically. But again, when it comes to technology, I'm yet to hear the technology that was actually used.
No, we went through one of the reports on our podcast Below the Belt. Every midday we run with our podcast, and they were saying the sonar wasn't working one day because it was wet, and then was something else.
Yep. But I wanted to know what was working, because to say that you have suspended the search, the question should be answered: what methodology did you use to actually conduct the search for it to have been an efficient search altogether? So that's a different story there right now. But very sad because basically that's
closure we need for the family.
Yes,
closure.
That says that there will be no closure for the family. Oh.
Yep.
My gosh.
What else on the trend, Rita?
But as we continue on the morning trend, what is going on? We see that convicted sex offender is to be sentenced today for teen girls rape.
Good. Can't do the time, don't do the crime. Moving on.
Well, it's so crazy. So it said a previously convicted sex offender, Isan Jermaine, who is currently serving 3 concurrent prison sentences, expected to know his fate today on 3 counts of child rape. So this 45-year-old, Mr. Jermaine, a 45-year-old researcher, will be sentenced by Justice Priya Bihari at the Demerara Sexual Offense Court today. So these cases all together, these persons need to be lost in jail.
I don't make them an example. Make them an example. Moving on.
Yes, guys. And as we move on this morning, we always do the person of interest, and our person of interest today. We have been looking. We scroll across to make sure that we cover all the people that are receiving so much public love. And one of the persons that is receiving a lot of love today is none other than the GDF captain Kaya Dover. Dover actually swam across the Essequibo River.
Good endurance. I like that. That's good endurance.
Well, most definitely a lot of endurance there.
And I could hear some people saying I could do that. Where? It's about, I think they said it's about 5,000 kilometers. No, yes. 5,000 km. No, not km. Meters.
I think it's just over 2 miles if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure of distance. I can pull
it's about 5,000 meters, I think. If I know distance, I don't think you might need 2 hours to cover 2 miles. But let me say.
But you're not a swimmer.
No, I'm just looking at running 2 miles and again swimming it. And 2 miles, you can do 2 miles in a little less time than that. But it took 2 hours. We can agree with that. You talk about 2 hours to swim across this
No,
river.
I'm all about details,
Yeah.
guys. So most
Right
definitely,
ahead.
I'm going to be bringing up the
Yeah.
details.
FYI.
So it is
FYI.
5,205 yards. That's how we did it.
Yards.
And yes, and
Yeah.
he did it in 2 hours and 2 minutes, and,
Yeah.
and it was not just him. It was not just
Naomi
him.
Drucker has it there. 5,025 yards.
Is this why
Naomi.
it's 5,205.
Naomi, convert yards to, what's the nearest thing? Convert yards to meters or miles or what have you, and see what you come up with. People have a better sense if you say it was a half a mile or 1 mile or so. Do the conversion for us.
So
I guess if you say yard a cloth, 1 yard, 2, 3. But that's a feat. The Essequibo River is a wide river.
Well,
right? It's a wide river, it's a deep river, and it's rough.
It is very, very rough. Right? And I think one of the things that
2 hours
that they were saying, and it's just not him, but it was him and his lieutenant rank with him, Lieutenant Jubal
good
West
endurance.
Also
that's good endurance.
That
I remember the time I ran from Georgetown to Lynn.
I think we have a bit of footage on this. I think we have a short footage on this.
Here it is. Guys. Here it is. History being made. Anytime now.
And as you await the footage. Wow.
Fantastic endurance.
Wow.
Fantastic. The one of my role models is the long distance runner, Eliud Kipchoge. He's Kenyan. And one of the things Mr. Kipchoge says is that no human is limited. Basically, whatever you put your mind to, if you work very hard, you find a way, you can get it done. No human is limited. And Eliud Kipchoge is the long distance runner of the world. For a reason, he has just broken the 2 hour barrier. It was felt that no human being could run a marathon, right, in under 2 hours, that your body would break down. And Eliud Kipchoge has been the first man to run that. They call it breaking through or something like that, breaking that 2 hour barrier. And a marathon in distance is 26 miles. To run 26 miles under 2 hours mean you are clocking a mile in under about 7 minutes.
Correct.
Right? So here is Kipchoge doing this great feat. And mind you, to just give you a sense of distance, it's like running from Georgetown just past Splashmans, because from Georgetown to Splashmans is 25 miles in under 2 hours. Just to tell you of distance. And again, to see these guys do this on water, swim that Essequibo River. Look at the currents there. That is strong currents. And to hold yourself afloat, right? To have the muscle strength, right? And I tell anybody this: it first starts in your head, right? You first gotta conquer that river in your head.
So persons,
and then you move forward.
Persons I don't know, Sharon actually ran from Georgetown to Linden, and so he knows what he's talking about, because the mental drive is the hardest thing to push. It's not even pushing your body, but it's pushing yourself mentally. But just to give a person's it in terms of miles, that the distance that they cover was 2.9 miles. 2.9
got a good sense
in 2
now.
hours.
Got a good sense.
That is what that was, and I can say that someone that actually travels the Essequibo River every week.
Mm-hmm.
I would know, because the water there is extremely rough. It's very strong currents being pulled again, so they had to endure a whole lot to get across that.
And to give persons who looking to, because strangely enough, when you're into sporting, these distances mean a lot to you. Every step means means a lot to you. So around the national park, it overlaps in just over a mile if you go around the national park once.
Yes.
So it's like twice swimming around the national park.
But it's not just swimming.
The currents.
Good.
Is the depth.
When you swim in a pool, it is nothing compared to actually going and swimming in open water and actually crossing the Yasiku River. Because the strength of that tide and the current altogether when the water is rough, because they said the swimmers in rough water. And I just want to say that Kyle Dover, he is the OC of the Guyana Defense Force, the Jungle and the Amphibious Training School.
I see why.
Right? Yes, Jungle and Amphibious Training School.
I see why.
So, quite an amazing young man, and what he did there, commended by everyone. We are super proud of you. Continue to set the bar.
Respect and manners. This is part of the program on in the ring where we say respect and manners. And you understand why, right? Congratulations. This is a huge feat. It is a huge feat.
Yep.
Right? Because you know why? Everybody's from across this river. It's 2 men we know so far.
2. But, well, we have living in Barca would know a lot of these swims, but congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Oh,
do you know she stopped?
Regatta is coming up, guys. Let me just put
you know she stopped,
Yes.
You're taking us? I don't know if that's the thing.
I'm taking the FYI family to the regatta.
We're going regatta, people. We're going regatta.
I'm not even joking.
We do it. I got going to training now. Get out my beach body. Regatta, here we comes. Here we comes regattas.
You see the open air and all of that, don't worry.
Open air. Mm-hmm.
But as we move on, guys,
moving on.
I told you earlier that I have a bit of footage and I want persons to see.
We got footage, baby.
So, and I want you to share the live stream because
some footage.
Very interestingly, we see the story that is coming out is cops allegedly threatened to kill the East Coast Demerara man in front of his family.
Police again.
Cops allegedly threatened to kill East Coast Demerara man.
This is the guy they transferred from Bartica Station.
In front of his family. No, well, they didn't send him there. This is another one.
It's another one. Wow.
Yes, I think he was.
Tell us some more about that.
Well, based on the information that is circulating on social media, the police went into this guy's home with his family in the dead of night and actually ordered him out of the house.
They had a search warrant?
That they, well, what is that? You know, they don't know what is
a
that.
Warrant?
Exactly. So put him to kneel down on the ground. To make sure that you are prepared for the footage. They have some bits of indecent language, but he is reporting exactly what was said to him. So he is saying directly how that transpired. So take a listen.
You come in front of the camera, you talk with them, do it last night.
The police come last night about 1 o'clock time and start blam down the door.
How long?
Start blam down the door, them say them a
Yes, how much better see?
No, the whole story.
The police start blam the door when they reach the door. The man start telling me about some drugs and run inside me house. Me if you get on like nothing, the man run inside me house. My wife had on should be outside something. The man run inside me house and start tumble up. At least I can see all in the kitchen. It's a little house. It's 5 children they get inside this house. I try to explain to them. The man start raise up his punch and roll me baby straight to the wall. And all them take me big daughter start really blamming on the door and she crawl on the bed because she start panic. When the man starts up me house and I find nothing and them thing, the man carry me outside on the heap of sand down there. When the man carry me from the heap of sand down there, the man put me from the long and tell me, they told and get the message from somebody off the road. Tell Michael and get a message for me that I selling drugs. The man had me walking cut class, brace up in there, the man showed me walking cut class here, so the man bring me brace up to stand up. The man started telling me about the drugs and then go kill me and then kill me.
But them boot print everything there.
My wife there watch them through the door down there. When my wife watch and said tell him this way, she'll lock up the door and go inside before me shoot up every fucking body here, so. When me start all up on my wife because me no want my wife for me pick me get out. Then me no want my wife from pick me get out and when my wife locking the door, ask me wife locking the door, so the man tell me kneel down, the man go TVs, pull out the gun and put him in my head, crank come and he put him in my head car now. But the man them boots facing me here, so the man put me for kneel down like here. And the man put them gun to me for a here and the man said I kill me body. After then when them people start come out, and then start see, then walk and go along their way and then the police ask if they get the evidence, you tell the police them, I know this man. Me know he. The man me can kill me last night, buddy. Man tell me he kill me in front of me wife and children. And when I put me for knee long, the man start attack easy. When he tell me wife locking the door, the man start attack easy. And when my wife now just pulling the bottom door and I want lock the top one, the man tell me talk before he shoot up every fucking body and kill you in front of your family. Then I have to holler for me girl for locking the top door. Praise God, me neighbor them come out same time when the man put me for knee long, the man crank them gonna put them on me head. Me neighbor them come out and them thing and then see and walk and go away. Me old lady and them thing walk and come because people call me old lady and them thing. You say, you don't sell drugs. The man who sell the drugs send them here so by me body. Me and the man got none problem. Me go and part because the man chopping up on next man and them talk. The same day the youth man attack that the old man are the biggest drugs dealer he get. America, the old man named Soul and the old lady spend money behind him. Me not gonna fight. Me go for save me neighbor because me neighbor get serious chop up. You can ask anybody around this area, me nah no bad man, me don't pick fight on them things just because me see a man get chop up. Me run go and party man and that way me involve myself, police up come and knock down me door. Me get money to give them like them people. And the man is always talking, the old man the biggest drugs dealer he got. The old man named Soul up to the same day before he fight them on them. He attack, he can be what problem he do, he a thief and whole people. He a chop them. And the old man and old lady always take them out. And them are the drugs deal and the police now got them. The police take money from them for coming me. And me not sell nothing. Me can sell drugs and live with 5 people in this little house. And you tell me buddy, me can sell drugs for how much year what them a claim and live in this little house. That man me can kill me last night and tell me neighbor me old lady not be me tape and time because them man done crank them gum. And put them meat for it up and put me for knee long. Them man start attack easy. Them man say kill you in front of your family them. Thank God for me neighbor, me old lady for me in time. Because the man take me cutlass, me walking cutlass, this cutlass here. Right here, so the man pull out this cutlass pan. Right here, so them pull out right aside there and then throw them down here. And they tell me stand up here and then they put me for knee long and put me gun for me head. So I know them try to set me up and all bit of me draw cutlass for them and then I go kill 4K me and me wife and pick me, I go lose body. This Babylon thing too cruel body and the drugs dealers send them by innocent people. The drugs dealer them itself because me disgusting here. The man is always tagged because he used to live in A. You know, the banner what create the scene for make all this thing for happen. He used to live right in too far from A. Me never fight the man and them thing body. The man chop on me neighbor and I run go. Me get 5 children in this house. The man say, "Oh, me baby daughter." Me baby daughter lay down on the bed and it's officer. Oh, me baby daughter there. The man snatch this fucking match. I raise him up and paste me baby daughter into the wall body. Me big daughter after the door start knock, bram, me go shoot her, you squint to open this door, me big daughter get frightened, she get panic and she crawl on in the bed and hide. This thing overbearing body.
And they say when they come back, then
come back more serious and come for me life. That when they tell me before they left and walk out, they say all day. They tell me they come back for me life.
Yeah, they say they will come back more serious.
And the same Cove and John police will handle them people will handle the chopping up story. What can me as witness because when you are building the man and get chopped up and the same exact set of police them will lose the man everything and the same exact police come back. And the same exact police come back. So the man them not do them work, the man them take pay. The man take people in drugs, dealer them for come and harass poor people them man and that unfair. That unfair. That unfair. Me can't sell drugs and get 5 youth. 3, 4 girls, pick me with one by son in this house here. Me sell drugs for so much here, me supposed to live wealthy man. Me picking them, me supposed to their punish and them thing body.
Tell you like the Minister Public Security for look into this matter.
I mean like the Minister, human rights, and everybody body can come in and help me out in this situation because the man said I'm going to victimize me all the time body. We need down to the president that can come into this story body. We need the justice body, it's a poor father body. It's a poor father, he's work hard, he's left and go gold bush, he's left and go cut cane 3-4 weeks and stay away from my family just to make ends meet.
This is my husband wearing chop up, look. We settle a story for nothing, for no medicine.
Not even a $20, nothing at all. And they still keep harassing with neighbors. All of them keep harassing. Why they got to do this? We need the commissioner of police to please look into this matter because they could murder my husband. We need justice. In this country, we need justice because we the people who put y'all up to the president. We need the president to look into our problem.
When I hear them a rape people, girl, picnic them thing, and people are deny a truth body because how them man come and carry me down there, them man tell me where from me locking the door because they gonna kill everybody. Them man crank them gonna put on me head. Me not no future thing, me not thief, me not no bad man. I always work hard and mind me pick me body and a truth what them man is to do body. Them man they say government me work with body. Me chop trench and clean drain and chop bush. A government me work for. You understand me? Me do little farm, me work little garden and plant little tomato and them kind of thing and them thing that me do body. Me don't thief, me don't sell drugs. The man they say cruel, the man me can kill me last night body, the man me can kill me body. In my whole life nobody never put a gun on me because me never went in the position because me not no bad man. Me don't do the wrong thing. And just because me see me neighbor get chopped make me involved and make them victimize they say God come to me body. And that unfair body, that unfair. That unfair. You can't walk around and ask the neighborhood about me body. Ask the whole about me and they can tell you, me not them kind of man, the police them a take pay for the drugs dealer them himself for come and harass people. That unfair man. Because they get the money, them son can chop and more and everything can go on nice. And the poor people gotta feel them. Poor people gotta feel them and we need the president and everybody who can look in, who see this thing can look into this matter body. I see and come and give me a little satisfaction because them say when they come back more serious. And then come 1 o'clock last night and how them come real serious last night. I mean I want to see them come more serious than what them come. Because none way they're supposed to put me for kneel long and tell me why for lock the door with me children them or they gonna kill me. Them and crank them gonna put them with me head up. It's a cold thing jam me temple can body. Cold. As me panic, me don't give up my life because me don't say because they gonna kill me man. They get paid for kill me and they gonna kill me. How they walk me, that's why me believe me go dead body. They have to tell me wife lock the door and stay inside with them children because me want nothing happen to me girl children. Me work hard for my them. Me work very hard and please somebody come and come into the situation man. The police by them, they need to do their work properly man. They need to do their work properly. They can't come and harass the innocent people like this. That unfair body. That unfair. Man a chop man, a man a walk free, a man a send police you out. You know that unfair. Man a sell drugs and cocaine and plant the ganja, everything. And that will me help on them man's son and them still bring police here. So. They still bring police here. So me not them kind of man that. Be glad for the president, human rights and everybody who concern this thing can come and help me out body. 5 children, me got 4 girl children, the man running me out, start tumble up. I can watch in this house here what? All my children there. All my children lie down for the bed, they're crying. Crying and I beg them, my baby daughter, my next daughter, lie down for this bed there, so. And then raise this mattress, so I say, officer, which me get my baby daughter, them and raise this mattress and load my baby daughter straight into the wall along there. When I ask them, then guy now with them, I say, you behave yourself, you don't play bad, man. You get where you want me, say, officer, me not play bad, man. The man tell me put on the light and I put on the light by the time I move for come back here. So the man don't crank gun for shoot me. The man say you want to run. But me don't want to run, me get nothing in me house to run me and left. Me can't run me and left me wife and me 4 children. Me 5 children that rang.
Yep. There you had it. Very, very disturbing footage altogether being brought out there. And the allegation is that the police went into his home at 1 a.m. and threatened to kill him, putting him to kneel down outside, putting a cutlass next to him, and telling him to let his wife and children go inside and lock the door. And it was only because he's saying it's only because his mother ran over because of the commotion and persons are here. His mother's not too far off from where he is. They ran over. That is when they left and they said that they're going to be coming back.
Interesting.
Very, very interesting. But as I look at the video, all by itself, he's making reference to the fact that persons of human services and all of those things should come in
And they should.
render assistance,
They
most
should intervene.
definitely, because there you have a young man with his family out there and living in poverty, albeit, and he is trying to say that he does anything for work to make sure that he takes care of his children through legal means and not involving himself in anything that is illegal. And I look at the video and I saw that even outside of the house, there is a chalkboard there but tells a lot to the work that they're putting in, even with their children, even with living in poverty, they're still trying to make ends meet and know that they have to teach their children so that they will be educated to come out of that situation altogether. But very, very, very disturbing image and very disturbing story altogether there that is coming out. And
those are the biggest issues we got to grapple with in this country. Though. How do we move people out of poverty, right, into the lower class, middle class, and higher, if that's how people want to go? How do we do that as a country?
Yes, and I'm looking at that all together there, and I am just thinking that a lot of times you see government officials going out and they speak towards these projects like the turnkey homes, and so there is a family that is in need of so much assistance.
And
some
not only a hamper,
not just a hamper, exactly,
and so on. More than that, right? Deep and lasting change, and that only comes through comprehensive policy action. Right, and we got to make some tough decisions in this country because it seems like we going no place. You're hearing biggest budget, but what does it mean to the man on the ground?
What does that mean to him? Right? What does that mean to that young man that you just look at there? $552.9 billion. Oh, good life that they're going to be preparing. They said they're going to be delivering this life, and look at the persons there. The man said he's working. He is clearing drains. He's going into the bush. He's farming something. He's cutting cane. All of those things he's doing to provide for his family. How does that translate to him when you're seeing the GDP growth being so good? And we often say that the people are not feeling it
on the ground.
Look at that man.
And then when you couple that with a high cost of living,
exactly,
right?
How does he survive?
How people are surviving in this country?
How is he surviving? He has 5 children. He's trying to take care of. He's doing his best. He's going out there and he's working. How does he survive on a daily basis?
And just think about it. When you say that you're helping because you've taken a little tax off of gas, but I don't drive.
Yeah.
Right? I can't afford that.
Yeah.
Right? I take a little tax off of water. We can't afford that. We ain't got meter.
A lot of people fetching the water.
Right? We fetching me water. Then I got some other needs, and how are you helping where that's concerned?
Yeah.
Right? When you bring a little bag of chung min and a little split peas, that's a 2-day.
But
it's so much.
He's not asking, and that family, they're not asking for any of those help either. They're there, they're working there, and the basic necessity, the basic expectation is for them to be protected by the state. The basic expectation is to be protected by the state. And that video is saying that even that the sanctity of their little home that they have, what persons were breaking into that at 1 a.m. in the night, coming in when the children are supposed to feel a little bit of peace in that area.
Your kids, traumatizing your kids and harassing you, traumatizing the whole family, your wife, everybody. That's something else there. And
persons need to be held accountable. I think a thorough investigation needs to be done into that matter altogether. And for persons have to, if there is no accountability, these things will continue.
Yeah.
The public needs to speak out. And like I said, even it gives me the memory of the case in Bartica in which the police threatened to kill young Chris Crichton. And then the solution to that was to move him from there and send him somewhere else.
Move the policeman, that is.
Yep, move the policeman and send him somewhere else. So these are the situations that persons are dealing with in the country. This is the level of poverty people are facing in Guyana. And in Guyana, the situation is as it is right now. The more corrupt a country is, and that's why we keep speaking about the corruption index and the fact that since the people came back into office, we have gone worse on that index instead of the betterment that it was getting under the 5 years of the coalition. And so when we see that situation and it has been translated, these poor people suffer the most in this country. They suffer at the hands of everyone because they don't have the money to pay a bribe here, there, and everywhere to get their way through the system. And that's what you're seeing going on there right now. He's going to go out there and he's going to struggle to make sure that he he deals with his higher cost of living. He said he farms and all of that to see how he can deal with it on his own without trying to beg for handouts. And the least he expects is that when he goes to bed with his children at night, that he's protected and he doesn't have to fear that state mechanism is coming in so to threaten and harm him and his family as against helping.
Yeah. And the authorities got to look into that. The authorities got to look into that. Folks, it's a good point for us to ask you to share the live stream so other folks get this kind of credible information and see where the gaps are in our society and, the disparity. And to reach as the resident economist can talk more about this than I can. The disparity between rich and poor in this country is only going to get wider. Only going to get wider. You can have a cost of living crisis the way we have currently. It's only getting worse. It's only getting worse.
Yep, and as one of the comments that I'm seeing is like it's a crime to be poor.
Yeah,
it
would seem that way.
It would seem that way.
I'm telling you how you comport yourself. Your treatment is different. Your treatment is different.
Yep,
quite different, and that's sad because we're all supposed to be equal before the law and afforded the same opportunities, privilege, and protection before the law, right?
But I want to say at this point in time that a lot of what I would consider frivolous matters, you see immediate police statement being issued for those things. Sheriff Duncan was pulled in for calling someone a jagabat and a trench scrap or police statement. Where is the police statement to these matters? Where is the statement?
Yeah, concerning this man's rights. I was going into the police station. I was going into CID. That day in February 13th, I think it was, when I was arrested. And as I was going in, my attorneys were telling me a statement is being issued.
Wow.
Simultaneously.
Wow.
I haven't been questioned. I haven't been anything yet. But a statement is
so. And where's the statement for that young man? Where is his statement? Even if you are to say that we have received this bit of information, we have noted this being circulated, and an investigation will be conducted. Yeah. Even to say that, where is that statement?
That's the sad thing, because I can remember. I'm happy you mentioned that. I give you the comparison. I remember being asked at CID, were you treated well?
Yeah.
Did you feel harassed in any way, your rights violated? Yes.
No, because it's Sheriff Duncan, and they don't want and they know that you have a voice, and when you come out, you speak to people, but they believe, that's why I said poverty in this, the poorer you are in this country, the worse you're treated. And instead of giving more support, you are beat down further into the system.
That is why we will use these forums that we have, the voice that we have, to continue to highlight issues like this and all the other issues that we highlight on our program. Some of the things we share here aren't carried by any other media houses. People write us and send us information on a whole host of issues because they know we will continue to speak out for the persons who don't have a voice in this country or perceive not to have a voice. Listen to the woman said, we put y'all there. That is their voice. And people got to learn to use that voice wisely, irrespective. You see, one segment of the political scope in this country not doing well, right? Use your voice. Right? She doesn't even know she has such a powerful voice.
Correct.
Right? That voice there you got is so powerful. Use that voice when you're going to that voting booth. Right? And if you got to change governments 10 times in 10 years, so let it be. August well for our democracy. People doing nonsense, they're out. Bring in another set of people who can move things forward. And they do nonsense, they're out. Bring in another set of people and let's move things forward. Right? You think the word in Trinidad about changing government? You think Mia Motley and Wholeness in Jamaica word about changing governments? No. That's part of democratic systems. Right? You do nonsense, you're out. Next. But we will continue to do what we're doing on this front. And folks, you might take it lightly, but to do this, I'm telling you, it costs us a tidy penny to continue to be out here, to do this, to bring information to you guys, to bring these stories, to bring these narratives, to lift these voices.
So many
our primary focus here, at least that's how I see it, is to amplify voices that won't get heard ordinarily, to amplify voices. That's what we do here basically. In all these stories we cover, to amplify the voices of the people. And I'm so happy for those of you who partner with us. And we're encouraging a whole lot of you who can partner with us to do so. This is what you help us to do. This is what you help us to do on a daily basis, to keep these programs out there. And also we do other things as well, helping these people in some tangible ways too. In some tangible ways. So come on board, partner with us. We got lots of platforms available for you to do so. You know, we got Zelle and Cash App, we got PayPal, we got MoneyGram, MMG, Western Union. Guys, if you want to know any more, you need more guidance, the number you want on WhatsApp is 627-6963. By now, you got a good sense that your dollars are prudently spent by us into expanding what we're doing here, right? And moving things forward.
Yep. But you know, I'm looking at, as I looked at the video, so many things are going through my head in terms of policies, and we often speak about the fact that a lot of things have been said about initiatives that the government is undertaking, and we often come and say that there is no clear pathway for the ordinary citizens of this country to benefit from it. And I'm looking at that video, I'm seeing the mother have a little blackboard right there that she, well, obviously teaches her children on. And I'm thinking that all of the talk about all this 20,000 online scholarships and all of these things, how does it benefit these people that don't have internet connect? Yeah, exactly. That doesn't have internet connectivity, that doesn't have a computer, and all of those. How do they benefit from it? How do they benefit from a little grant to actually through the business community altogether, when so many requirements is for them to have so many things in the bank account here? How do they benefit? What is the system being put in place that poor people in this country can actually see a rising standard of living altogether? And I keep saying that this is the biggest budget ever that we are looking into right about now. We're ending March in the year, the biggest budget ever, and this is what is going on. Families are yet to feel the benefit of that altogether. And this is the very, very first budget ever. None other than Air Finale said that this is the first time we have the resources to do things. He said it himself. And what are you doing with these resources? First budget to utilize the oil resources. How are the ordinary, how is that family benefiting from it?
Yeah. And they're going to be coming back in a couple of days for a supplemental.
Yep.
God willing, you're going to see them back for a supplemental. But I think, I don't know if I'm preempting, but I think that's our program for today.
Yes, most definitely. That's
our program. That's our program. Maureen Chichester, Tommy Gibbs. That's our program. Susan Kanzias and Glensis Mingo Byrne. That's our time. Guys, we cannot implore and encourage you enough to come and partner with us so we can do more of these programs to keep you guys informed. Ensure the hundreds of you still watching, you give us a share before you go. Some of y'all peeping, so y'all won't want to share. Some of y'all on government time, people are listening, so you won't want to share. We understand that. For those of you who can, share the live stream, guys, and other folks can benefit from credible, valid information. And we want to say respect and manners to all the valid viewers and the credible comments.
Valid viewers, incredible comments. Have a blessed day, guys. Be sure to join back at 12 for Below the Belt, and also at 8 p.m. for In the Ring. Make sure that you do it exactly what Sherry said. Share the live stream so that persons will be able to come back and view this program after we come off here. So make sure you do your part and continue to be safe and healthy as we go along the day. See you guys tomorrow.